Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Charles. I want to welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today we got a pretty serious show for you guys here today that we definitely want to get into, but please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Now, this show was prompted by a video I saw from a channel called Basketball Facts, right? Now, he was referencing something that I'd already seen, which was a segment yesterday from Undisputed where they were reacting to some comments that Chandler Parsons had to make about, LeBron James. Essentially, and he's talking about his reaction after that game in Boston. Essentially, he said, I can watch my French bulldog get ran over by a mailman right now, and I would not react like that. So that's essentially what Chandler Parsons said. And somehow, some way, because I don't know, Undisputed has their antennas fixed to like 4 topics every single day, they were able to pick up on this, and they ended up turning it into a topic item on the show. And they posed a question to the panel, in this case, Shannon Sharpe and Skip Bayless, to weigh in on what Chandler Parsons' comments were. And as I started to listen to what Shannon was saying, it was very reminiscent of what Skip Bayless essentially said to him about a month or so ago on that day where he told him to basically put your glasses back on and you're nothing compared to Tom Brady. I was quite surprised to see that Shannon Sharpe turned around and did the exact same thing that Skip Bayless did to him. So what we want to do is we want to play exactly what he had to say here. Then we're going to come back and react to his comments. Take a listen to that.
Shannon, what's your take on this?
The analogy tells me everything I need to know. Anybody that has a pet, you know what it's like if you lose said pet. Can you imagine losing said pet in the horrible manner in which he described?
Especially if you witnessed it.
Skip, I don't know if you've ever, I've had dogs for the last 30 years, grew up with dogs. And every time I have to put one down, a part of me dies along with said dog. Totally. And my sister said, well, Shannon, why do you keep putting yourself through that? I said, Libby, because the love that I get from these dogs is worth more than the pain of losing them.
That is correct.
For him to say that he went to that analogy. Because you know why, Chandler? Because you never invested in your career like LeBron James did. Mm-hmm. Anytime, the more you invest in something, the more it hurts when it doesn't go your way. I guarantee you, and I've been on both sides of this equation, when you've invested into a relationship and that relationship ends, it breaks your damn heart. Mm-hmm. When you're not invested and say, well, I'm leaving, okay, bye. What took you so long? That's why Chandler Parsons can feel this way. He was on All the Smoke, the podcast with Stacks and Matt Barnes, talking about how he gave an Oscar-worthy performance. Because he signed with one team because they didn't give him the physical and he knew his knee was shot, as opposed to the other team that wanted to give him a physical. Because they showed it what it was about for him. It's just about the money. LeBron James is a billionaire.
By the way, Chandler Parsons made $127 million playing basketball.
And he had a $12 million game, but that's neither here nor there.
Well, he didn't make an all-star team. He averaged 13 points a game. Go ahead.
Kudos to him.
Yeah.
But when you invest, the more you invest in something, you see how Tom Brady, you see how the guys, when they invest heavily in something, Skip, man, it breaks your heart when things doesn't go your way, when you spend so much time in the offseason. And that's what people see. They just see you throw the touchdown or catch the touchdown or make the shot, the dunk or whatever.
Yep.
But do you know what goes into what you just saw? Think about the hours, Dr. Elatrosh. He had surgery, Dr. Elatrosh. Do you know the years and years of meticulous training that this man has undertaken to be able to do that, to get you back to the point that you can get back out there and do what you did?
Yep.
LeBron James said, do y'all understand what it takes for me in year 20 to get my body to do this, the investment that I have to make, the hours that I'm away from my family?
Yep. Unless
you've invested like that, you will never, ever know what it's like.
Yeah.
And for Chandler Parsons to be so cavalier, well, like I said, I don't even know what, I was like, you know what? It seems to me, Skip, he's like, what kind of analogy that I can say that the reaction that LeBron James had? So he thought about this, Skip. This was some plotting and planning. That's not something that just comes to the front of your head and says, you know what? I can watch my friends. Think about it. He got specific. A specific type of dog that he had. Yeah. So he had to think about this.
Yeah.
Man, look, that's his opinion. He might think LeBron overreacted, and I'm sure he's not the only one. But I think LeBron acted like a lot of people when you fighting, scratching, and clawing. Mm-hmm. And this is what team that has the best record in the Eastern Conference. And that's twice we've had them on the rope.
What you just heard from Shannon is exactly what Skip did. Shannon Sharpe basically tried to disqualify the source. He's like, who are you? You're a nobody. What did you accomplish? What makes you feel like you should be on the level to be talking like as if you can have an opinion about LeBron? What gives you the credentials? That's essentially what Skip was doing to Shannon. He's like, yeah, you're a Hall of Famer, but you're no Tom Brady. He's way better than you. The very same thing Skip did to defend Tom Brady is the very same thing he just did. That's number one. Number two, he made it personal. He made it personal. You said some things about Chandler Parsons that was absolutely unnecessary. Why are you talking about his career? Why are you talking about his basketball game? What does that have to do with his opinion? The very same thing that so many people gave Skip Bayless proverbial lashes for, flogged him publicly for it, is the very same thing you just did. For who? For LeBron. And that is one of the reasons when we're producing shows on that, covering it, and we were supporting, we were coming to defense of Shannon in that moment there. But one of the reasons I saw so many comments that kept on saying the following: I don't feel bad for Shannon. I don't feel bad for him. So many people kept on saying that. I don't feel bad for him. I don't feel bad for him. He does the exact same thing with LeBron. I don't feel bad for him. And I was like, really? I didn't really notice it until this moment. There was no need to say that. Why are you talking about that guy? Him to that level. Basically, you're saying he's a nobody, and therefore he should have no opinion, which is exactly what Skip did to you. My only question is this: why do you take it so personally? Just from someone looking, from afar, why do you take it so personally? Why does it matter that much to you when people say these things about LeBron? I can understand you can disagree, you can be passionate, but why do you get that upset? Why? I hope we defend our family members this way, or our kids, or whoever it is, to this level. This is ludicrous here. Why is it that important to you? And we're going to touch on something a little bit later, which is going to expand on this question that I'm posing to the audience here, which is, why are people going so far with this? That was absolutely unnecessary. Absolutely unnecessary. He gave his opinion. And it's an opinion that so many people have. If Charles Barkley said that same thing, what are we going to say? Well, Charles Barkley, you're not as accomplished? Like, what are we doing here? Why do we need to start making it personal? No one made it personal. Nobody made it personal. And that's why when you had that spat, between yourself and the Memphis Grizzlies players, a lot of people cracking jokes in the comments. I was watching, I was reading. People were like, yeah, he just defending this man LeBron. I don't feel bad for him. He's just being way too emotional. I was like, I didn't respond to them, but that's what a lot of people were saying. To me, that was absolutely unnecessary. And that is exactly what Skip did. That is exactly. Now, some people say, well, Chandler Parsons is not a Hall of Fame. It doesn't matter. You're basically asking one person, hey, what have you accomplished in comparison to him? And it was clear that Tom Brady was the most superior player. And in this case, it's clear LeBron is the most superior player. It's the same thing. Let's not twerk it up that hard. These are my thoughts. Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts in the comment section, and we catch you guys on the next show. Peace.